Obviously you can tell, like, I'm dressed, but my makeup isn't done. I decided that I was gonna vlog today just because, we have kind of a big chunk of time. So, I am taking Arlo to the vet this morning, because his neuter was, I think it's almost 2 months ago, but we still have, like, a free appointment credit on our account, for the recheck. So I want to take him in because he's been having some allergy issues. Nothing that has necessarily affected his working, but it is making him more tired, and then he isn't getting, like, the exercise that he normally gets. He's working fine though. The only thing is that he's a lot more tired, so I am kind of worried because, like, normally we do regular exercises, but he hasn't been able to do that as much, just because he's been so tired. So I'm taking him in today, and I'm probably going to take him in pretty soon. I'm just going to get ready, and I need to charge his e-collar and stuff. And I decided that between that appointment and then I have an appointment later, I have a heart ultrasound, which is routine for me because I do have a cardiac and pulmonary condition, so we do heart ultrasounds and chest x-rays and breathing tests pretty often, like once a year. So I'll be doing that. Like, between those two things, I'm probably going to take Arlo to a couple different places, and I think we're going to work on his engagement. So, Arlo is really engaged with me, but he is definitely a people watcher. So, Arlo is very interested in things that are going on around him, which would be really good if I were someone who needed focus around other things. If I needed, like, him to check to see if there was somebody behind me, or if there was somebody coming up on my side where I couldn't see, you know, stuff like that. But I'm not. So, I am going to try and work on his ability to, like, do check-ins. Just because I think that would be a lot more helpful than what he's doing right now, which is kind of watching the area around me. Which can be helpful because if there's, like, a loud noise, he definitely knows. And I have sensory processing disorder, so if there's a loud noise and I don't want to go near it, he definitely looks in that direction, and that's kind of helpful. And then I know where it's coming from versus me continuously trying to figure out where it's coming from and not knowing. So, what I'm going to do is, in between those two appointments, I am going to take him and train him somewhere, provided his vet clears him for that, because if his vet says, oh, his allergies are probably this, and you probably shouldn't work him until we find a medication or something. I doubt they're going to say that, though, because he just got cleared for more mobility work, so. But, I'm going to take him out, we're going to do that, and until then, I need to get ready. I need to charge his e-collar. And, I want to brush out his top knot because it's getting kind of knotty. And then, if we have time, I don't think we're going to do this before we go, but I think this afternoon I might shave his face and his feet. So, it looks like both our, remote and collar are charged. So, we are gonna go. I'm debating if I bring, I know I'm gonna bring his water bowl because it's, like, blistering hot outside and I don't know how long we're gonna be there. But, I'm debating if I bring his, our clicker, because I want to be able to mark his behaviors, pretty easily, and he knows what the clicker means, but we don't use it all the time. So I think I might bring it. And currently, if you guys don't know, my treat pouch that I have right now is garbage. Basically, I use it for work only, really, right now. I'm a dog trainer. But the dogs at my work have kind of destroyed it. So I got a really shitty one originally when I first started with Arlo. So, like, the inside is fine, but this part has gotten really dirty, and then this is, like, terrible. So, just in general, I'm probably, like, I'm gonna get a new one. I want to get a One Tigress one because I've heard they're really nice. But the setup we're probably going to use today is our tactical, because we haven't really used it too much. So I'm probably going to set that up with some patches, hang his water bowl on there and stuff, and then we will get ready to go. So we are heading out right now. This is the first time that I've had his pouches on his vest loaded up before, but this is probably the heaviest they've ever been, because I have like all my emergency medications in there. So they're kind of sliding a little bit. I'm debating, because I don't really know, I don't know. So what I'll probably do is, if it does seem to be getting pretty heavy for him, or they really seem to be like faltering a lot, what I'll probably do is either move something, or I will take the patches off. So I'm still gonna bring my purse, but we'll see how bad it is on my back today, because yeah. So alright, so we're probably gonna head out. The vet told us that, so today is walk-in hours day. So we had an appointment. We lost our appointment because he said, oh, well, they're not supposed to make appointments on walk-in days. So that's fantastic. So we lost our appointment. So we have to go in as walk-in patients. So we might not even get in. We have to go in and see if they can get to us. If they can't get to us, it's going to be really devastating, because like, we're leaving on vacation pretty soon, and if he doesn't have like a solution to these allergy problems, he probably can't go, and that means that I can't go. So yeah, pray for us. I mean, I guess at the point that this video, you're seeing this video, it'll probably already have happened, but you know. So wish us luck. See you soon. This isn't even a rug or ropes leash, and I still like don't want to drop it because I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at. Break.
See your light shine. Everything is alright, alright. We will be together tonight. Whole world in your eyes, and I feel your light at the first time. My soul in your hands. This is our one
Okay, so it's been a while since the last clip, but Arlo is in the back at the vet clinic, which is next door. I'm going to Quick Trip so that I can get cash to pay for his stuff. But basically, it's going to kind of be a long road of trial and error of what medication is going to work for him for his allergies. So probably going to try Zyrtec first. That's what they recommended, and then keep going with CBD oil. They said that that will help as well. So that's what we're gonna do for now. Yeah, I should see you guys in a little bit. It's getting pretty close to my appointment. I don't know if we're gonna get to go train or not. So that's kind of sad, but we'll see. Okay, so today was gonna be really fun, and it's not. I have Arlo back. He's alive. Are you back there, dog? Hey, dog! Hello, dog. He's hot. It's hot in the car. I'm trying to turn it on. But basically, the verdict here is that I can't go to my heart appointment, and I found that out because my lung doctor got back to me on my blood work and something's wrong, which means that any heart test they do right now will be inaccurate. So they're gonna get me those results back in a little bit, like an hour or so. So I had to cancel my heart appointment and reschedule it, and we'll see when I get to actually do that. So at the vet today, they basically told me what I already knew, which is that it was allergies, and that I need to be giving him Benadryl. And I'm like, well, I can't give him Benadryl. He is a working dog and he can't be asleep the entire day. So they're like, well, you can try Zyrtec. So I guess that's what we're gonna try. He has a yeast infection in his ears, which we kind of knew. He gets them pretty often. And the reason is because I can't keep his ears dry, even though I wash them and dry them out once a week. I mean, I dry them out every day, but I wash them with a medicated ear wash every single day. So they gave me a new medicated ear wash, and they gave me an ointment for his yeast infection, and they said that they don't have like a medicated ear powder that they give out, which would seem to be, you know, something that you would do because it dries the ears out. So I'm actually gonna go to a pet store right here. They're kind of shady, so like I'm not psyched. I'm gonna see how bad the prices are here and then compare them like online to PetSmart and Petco. Like the other pet stores that are like in my area. I'm gonna see how bad that is, and if the prices here are better, I'll get something here. If they're better elsewhere, I'll get them somewhere else. I think the ones that were recommended to me by like other poodle owners of like service dogs were Gold Bond. So I'm gonna check that out. I'll probably look at Service Tater's, whatever he uses, because Melinda is really good with grooming Tate and I really admire like her work, so I'm gonna probably look at whatever she uses and I'll probably try to get that. Because I don't know ear powder, and my vet doesn't know ear powder. Well, at least the one that I talked to today. So that really sucked that she doesn't even know, because you would think as a vet that she would know at least something about it, you know, like at least, like I know that this brand is good, or I know that ear powder in general is good, or it's not, it's terrible, or something. But no, she doesn't know anything, so that's totally fine though. That's fine. I'll just do my own research like I do with everything. Also, fun fact, Arlo, he weighs enough to do mobility work for me right now. He has for like a long time. However, for his breed, like for his, you know, giant poodle, he is 5 pounds underweight for a dog of his breed and his height and length and, you know, everything else. So probably have to get him to gain some weight. He's like 5 pounds underweight, so that's like really fun. I'm not excited that he's underweight because I've never had to make a dog gain weight. I've been training dogs for like quite a long time now. Well, I mean, I say quite a long time. I've trained quite a few dogs. Let's put it that way instead. I've trained quite a few dogs, so you would think that I would have at least worked with like a few weight cases, which I have. The weight cases that I've worked with, though, are dogs that are overweight and need to learn, and the owners mostly need to learn that they can't free feed their dog. Period. And you need to retrain food engagement in dogs. And then there are some dogs who are like, they're so old and they don't want to eat at all, so you have to retrain food engagement in them. So it's just a lot, and you know, you can't just assume that I know how to have a dog gain weight. Like she just assumed that I knew. Like my vet just like was like, oh yeah, you just have to, you know, I can increase his food, yeah, but I don't know how much to increase it. So he does 1 1/3 cups. Like every day, twice a day, with whatever extra he's having. So like he'll get raspberry or blueberries, blackberries, strawberries one night, chicken and rice another night, and what's the other thing? Oh, mashed green beans and canned pumpkin another night. So that's obviously not enough. Because if it was enough, we wouldn't be having these issues. So we probably need to start feeding him a little bit more. I'm thinking I'm going to increase it to 1.5 cups. She didn't really give me like a suggestion on what to increase it to, which is like totally helpful. But, you know, whatever. I don't know. This vet that I go to right now, I love them just simply because they're like really low cost and they care about your animal versus most of the vets that I've gone to like really don't give a shit. But this vet really cares about your animals. The only difference is that these are vets from a local vet school. So these vets, while they do know what they're talking about for most things, there are some like specific little things that they don't know yet. Like today, our nurse, not even our nurse, I don't know what she is, but not our like actual vet that we were there to see, just the lady who checked us in. She was she's a fifth year vet student. She's been going for a little bit. She knew what she was talking about with most stuff, but a lot of it she didn't know. So, you know, it's where you choose to go, and like that's why I go to a different vet for Arlo's ortho stuff, like his mobility, because I feel like that's like really important, that he's doing everything safely. So that's why we go somewhere else for that. I have no idea where I am. Can you tell? I thought I knew where I was, because you know when I was driving, I drove past everything that they told me to, but you know whatever. So. Basically, I'm going to get an ear powder to clean his ears out with, whether or not the vet said that was a good idea, which she didn't say it was or wasn't, so that's helpful. And then I had to reschedule my appointment, so I don't know. I might go train with him now, like after I'm done with this, but I might also not do that because it's getting later and I'm tired already. Oh, there it is. I see it now. Pet World. I'm nervous. Obviously, I would never buy an animal from a pet store. Not anymore anyway. I had 2 rats from a pet store, and it's just not a good idea. Okay, Pet World, we're coming for you. I am afraid that he's gonna get, like, freaking attacked in here, so I'm probably gonna put his vest on. So we're gonna do that. So wish me luck. This should be fun. I'm not excited in the slightest. I want to go home. I want to be done. But my pet has no medicated ear powder. So here we are. Here we be. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so we walked in and I felt immediately lost. This is like bulk cat litter over here. I walked past so many piles. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I got my dog crates over here. I'm gonna take a few shots. Sit. This is getting too complicated. Sit. Stay. I have to put this down. Okay. Yeah, buddy. We're here now. We're gonna look at stuff. I don't know, we're probably gonna train a little here, hopefully. I think the thing that isn't good is like my purse and stuff. It's not great. Okay. And we got cloth crates here too, bud. This one might be okay for you. This is 24 inches? You can stick it around that. Oh no, it's 30. Oh. got it. Oh god, this looks so bad. Let's close out. Oh, okay, can you sit? Okay, place. Thank you. Okay, so diarrhea control. Gee. Some of this stuff just looks like really messy. I don't know. Okay. Guess I'm weird. Let's see the middle. Which, I mean, is middle to me, but you don't have one, but I think we're really especially if it's a one. Okay, flea and tick repellent. Supplement. Okay, well, and over there they've got like signs. Okay, Arlo, break. Got feeders down here. I don't know, I'm probably just gonna look at like a couple things because we're here, so like why not? Feeders. Ethical dog life. Sit. This way. Why is it ethical? I don't understand why it's ethical. Okay. Heel. Heel. Sit. Sit. See that? Thanks. Oh, thank you. Okay, Arlo, heel. No, Arlo. Sit. Okay. More close out. Arlo, place. And that's up to wait. I think we're gonna do some training. Up. You're in place. No, we don't sniff. Settle. Arlo, settle. Arlo, settle. Good boy. So. Oh no. It's a little sandwich with a cow in it. That's sad. This one has a giant bee. And then this one's a flower that they have to pull out of here. They've got like some shoes down here, it looks like. Huh. Arlo. Wait. Sit. Place. I've seen these used a lot. It's like got they're big though. They're the same size. think I still want to go. Okay, Arlo. Hey. That was so stupid. Okay, we're gonna work on heal now. Seriously? How old are you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh. Okay, this might be... water additive. I mean, obviously, what was I thinking was on that freaking out. Anti-itch spray. There's like, come on, am I like thinking that this stuff exists when it doesn't? Tear stain remover, see where is it? What the heck? I mean, it's bitter apple spray. But that's it. You have to get some of that. This is ridiculous. You've got to be kidding me. I totally thought that this existed. I've seen people use it. I'm gonna keep looking just a little bit. What? 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 Good boy, there we go. He came up to me. I don't think he alerted at first. You dork. Why are you such a dork? Oh no, I closed my treat pouch. I'm sorry, it's in a plastic bag. I have to get it out. There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at his babies. And he wants to lay down. What? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Okay, let's go sit down then. DPT. Oh, that top one is falling asleep. Oh, maybe not. He doesn't like Arlo. The top one doesn't. The bottom one does. Arlo. Good boy. Arlo. Yes. I don't know if anybody heard that. Oh, the gray one over there is meowing. Meow. 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 No, maybe it's done. Oh, there's also birds flying around in here too, which I think is weird with the cats also here, but Arlo. Yes, good boy. This is a good training experience, so I dropped it. But I think we're gonna get the bitter apple spray and then probably head out because they don't have any ear stuff. Maybe I'll wait to get the bitter apple spray until we go to find a place that can do the ear stuff too. So we'll see. Arlo. Hi. What's that? What's that, bud? What is that? It's a turtle. Arlo. They're the koi boys. So that was exciting. Wait, Arlo. Oh my god, I have way too much stuff in my hands. Okay. Okay, now load up. So, if you're wondering how long it takes someone to buy one bottle of bitter apple spray, it's like half an hour. Basically, I just wanted to get that because I thought that it would help deter him from licking at his paws, because that's one of his bigger problems right now. And then I'll just get the whatever Melinda and Tate use, which I think that this store like is really fucking smart. They are a giant concrete building, and basically from the inside you can't access the internet, so you can't price check them on anything, which is fucking fantastic. Love it so much. Oh my god, so great. I was able to price check them on the bitter apple though, because I could tell from just the picture on Amazon how big the bottle was and how much it was, and it's actually less here than it is on Amazon, which is very rare because normally I find that it's more expensive to buy in store. However, with the ear stuff, I'm probably just going to buy it on Amazon, because that way I don't have to go to any more pet stores, because to be totally honest with you, this wasn't the best experience. Now, I didn't film a lot of it because I was wearing my backpack purse because Arlo's pouches were making his vest kind of flop all over the place, which I need to work on how I'm weighting his vest so that that doesn't happen. Also, I'm dying of thirst. Anyway, Arlo, so let me kind of like go over everything that happened. I look like I'm crying. I'm not. I'm fine. I'll go over everything that happened in there. Okay, so basically, what happened when I went in there is that there was a woman kind of like right at the front, because like I had been looking around a little bit, but then I was leaving with my bitter apple spray, and there was a lady up at the front who she had just come in with her kids, and she walked up to me and she's like, "Oh, he's so pretty, I love him. I'm thinking of getting an emotional support dog." And I'm like, okay. And at this point, I just wanted to go home. So, because, you know, like, my whole day kind of got screwed up because I was going to go train, and I didn't get to do that because of, like, the appointment and everything, and yada, yada, yada. So, I was going up to the front to leave, and she's like, "I'm getting an emotional support dog." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, that's all I said. And she's like, "Yeah, I mean, it's just, I have a lot of, like, issues with my bipolar disorder, and I have mobility problems too." And I'm like, okay, you know, like, I didn't really want to be that person. Like, I really wasn't trying to be that person for anyone right now, not today. because I was just tired. And she's like, I got a lot of mobility issues, and I just recently had a spinal fracture. And eventually she's going to lose use of her legs. And she showed me that she has these tooth braces on her legs. And I was like, oh, okay, so like an actual legitimate use for a service dog, that makes sense. So, not that her other uses weren't legitimate, but the fact that she said an emotional support dog made me feel like she wasn't being legit with me, or at least she didn't know the laws. So, she asked me where I got Arlo trained. I talked about how the fact that, like, I'm a dog trainer, but then I also have another professional trainer friend who trains dogs, and stuff like that for different things. She was very interested to learn about her, and to learn about the facility that I work at. So I told her a little bit about that, and then she said, okay, can you wait like just a couple minutes? My mom came in here before me, and she is the one who will probably be getting me the dog, so can you like wait a few minutes so that you can talk to her? And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm not somebody who just says no, so like I said that I would wait. I'm stuffy because I'm allergic to rats, and well, it's a long story. Basically, I gave up my rats. I had 2 rats. I gave them up to my vet clinic because they wanted some new in-office pets because I found out that I was allergic to rats after I'd had these rats for a while. After I'd raised them from when they were like this big. And basically they took in the rats, and I saw them today and I held them a lot, so I've been kind of like building an allergic reaction for like a while, and now here it is. So I waited around a lot. I walked around, looked at stuff. There's a lot of people with their dogs in there. But when I was actually walking around, I was like, okay, these employees, like, I don't know, they don't seem very, they were looking at the dogs, like, skeptically. So I actually went back outside and I looked at the front door to see if there was like a sign that says like, oh, all dogs allowed but must be on leash or something. It says no dogs allowed. Like, you can't bring an animal inside unless you're going for a dog bath. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I guess just a lot of people who don't, I mean, it's a pet store, so the fact that people think that their dogs are allowed there is not strange, but they probably don't make it very obvious because they're a pet store. But none of these dogs were like disruptive, so I wasn't all that worried about it. And also, you're a pet store, why don't you allow dogs? I mean, I guess it's up to every individual business owner, like, it's okay. But, like, I'm looking around, there's cats there, I guess. I think that's one of the things I did while I was waiting, is I decided to do some desensitization work with Arlo. So, I took him around the store, and I showed him the cats, and I showed him a tortoise, which he didn't care about. Honestly, though, he sat down, and at first when he sat down, I think he sat down on, like, a wood chip or something, and, like, it bothered his butt, so he wouldn't, like, sit down again for, like, a few seconds. I don't know what happened. It's happened a couple times where he'll, like, sit down on something, and then it'll bother him, and he won't sit down again for a couple minutes. So it was hard to get him to sit down again after that, but we looked at the tortoise, and we went through, there's, like, a really weirdly lighted, fish area, so like all the tanks are lit blue, and then there's like white lights on the bottom of all the fish tanks, like the bottom row. And I think I took a video of us going through that as well, and looking at the fish. We couldn't go in, so there are no dogs allowed in the bird room and in the small pet area. Now, I'm thinking that this is similar to like zoos where you can't take your service dog in certain areas because it will like bother the animals and it will seriously like detract from the zoo, you know. And I get that, and like that's like legal, it's in the ADA. So with Arlo, I decided not to even push it. I didn't take him in there. We sat outside the area where we wouldn't really be bothering the animals. We weren't in the sight of any of them, I don't believe. We kind of sat out there for a little bit. Arlo didn't seem very bothered by the small animals very much. The kittens, at first, he was like really interested. He wants to play with the kitten. But he settled down a lot. And then we went over to all the other things. The tortoise he didn't really seem to care about. None of the other animals he really seemed to care too much about. The kitten was kind of the most interesting to him. And then I talked to that lady again. So that lady came up to me with her mom and she said, "Oh my god, thank you so much for waiting. I want you to talk to my mom." So I answered her mom's few questions. She said that she wanted a golden retriever. Or no, she didn't want a golden retriever or a lab. She wanted a pit bull. And I'm like, okay. And I'm not, you know, I don't breed stereotype very often. I mean, I know the traits of breeds, but I don't, you know, I think there are some pit bulls that make, there are some pitties that make good service dogs. As in, I know a few teams who have them. I'm like, okay, so where are you planning on getting this dog trained? And she's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what tasks he really needs me. I really need him to do, because like I can think like I need him to help me like stand up. And I'm like, okay. And this woman, like, not to be rude, she was a little bit heftier. So I just didn't think that this dog would be able to help with that, like a pit, like an average pit, you know? Because the ones that I've met and the ones that I know that some teams have are kind of smaller. I don't know if she meant to like guide her to stand up, because I know some dogs who do that. I use one of Arlo's handles as like a guide of how to stand up straight versus how I usually stand up, which is like diagonally, and that's not good. So that's what I use that for. But I don't think that she was talking about it in that sense. But the mother was all like, oh, we don't really need a service dog. She doesn't need a service dog. She just says that she needs one because she wants to have a dog that she can take everywhere. And at that point, I wasn't really gonna say anything, just because I don't really know how to describe it. I want to give people the benefit of the doubt as long as I possibly can. So I didn't really know what to say at this point. I didn't really say anything. Basically what happened was the lady, it's the motorcycle outside is very loud. It's not a very good motorcycle. It makes that much noise. Anyway, the lady kind of told me that she you know, she doesn't really need one, whatever. And I asked the woman, I said, well, do you want an emotional support animal or do you want a service dog? And she said, well, they're basically the same thing, except one of them gets to go in public, and I want my dog to go with me in public. At this point, I think I tuned out a lot of the conversation because it was mostly between her and her mom kind of arguing back and forth about the differences, and a manager actually came up because she heard them arguing, and she asked me, she said, is everything okay? Are you, this woman, and I think immediately she thought that they were telling me that I wasn't allowed to be there because I had my service dog with me. So she immediately came to my defense, like, you do realize that this dog is a service dog, she's allowed to be here per ADA law, and, you know, this is our store, you don't really need to step in here. So she automatically assumed that that was what they were saying. And, like, I commend her for, you know, coming to my rescue in a situation like that. But that's not what this was. So, it was just really confusing. And I think after that point, the woman's children came back. So the other woman's grandchildren came back, and they wanted to show her something in, like, the back of the store or something. Because she apparently has a lot of other animals. She has 2 very old cats, or 3, 4, I don't know. She has a bunch of very, very old cats that are, like, probably wouldn't be safe around a dog. So, I don't know. I think that she definitely needs the help of, like, program who can educate her on the laws. Besides, like, a trainer, because she's probably going to try to hire a professional trainer. I don't know. I told her about how a program might be good for her because they'll be able to do a lot of the training for her. Well, when you get a professional trainer, they expect a lot of the work to come from you. So, we'll see. We'll see what she does. She asked for my number. I gave her the number of my facility. And I told her that if she wants to talk to me, she can just ask for me by name. And I will do my best to answer whatever questions she's having. Because, to be honest with you, she seemed really nice. And I think that her disability, like, if she is going to lose use of her, like, the bottom half of her body, she would be able to utilize a service dog. But I think that she's educated on the laws, which I don't expect someone who's just getting into it like that. I don't expect that. I used to be very uneducated. I used to think that as long as your dog was potty trained, they'd just take it in public. You can't do that. So I think that we kind of figured out the situation, dealt with it. I think we're all good now. We'll see how that goes, basically. We'll see if she calls me. She made it seem like she really was going to call me. Like, on Monday, she's going to call me right away. So, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I'm now driving home. It's like 6:15. My whole day was wasted at the vet. So, that's my life. And I didn't really learn anything. If I could have just called in, they probably would have told me the exact same thing. So, that's great. Honestly, though, I'm probably going to clean his ears out as soon as we get home. And I'm probably going to give him some Zyrtec. I'm probably going to flush out his paws. And put some anti-itch spray on them and some bitter apple spray as well. So we'll see if that helps at all. He does have to go back to daycare tomorrow. So I believe I talked about the fact that I work at a daycare boarding training facility. And he goes to daycare during the day now for half days because I'm usually not there for more than half of the day, 7 hours. So he goes to daycare for that long, and then we go home. So that's usually when his allergies get really bad. So I'm gonna give him all that and see if it helps him tomorrow. Tomorrow I am night manager, so I am hoping to get some really good rest today, like tonight. I'm hoping to get to bed early and then sleep in a little bit because I don't work until noon. So cross your fingers that I get that. So probably gonna go home, do all that stuff, and I don't know, just make it into the vlog, make an outro because today was not very exciting. I'm really sorry that today wasn't very exciting. I hope that the little itty bitty amounts of training clips that you saw were fun. Maybe I'll do a little bit of training outside when we get home. I don't know, it depends because I know that it's allergy season and I don't want his
be worse just by me taking him outside. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Debating stopping an no. Because Animart's not going to have it for cheaper than Amazon. I was debating stopping at Animart on the way home, but that's probably not a good idea. And I would stop at St. Vinny's for training, but they're closed. So, yeah, I think I will get back to you guys when I get home. So I think we are going to do a little bit of training outside, just because we have the time and because Arlo seems still very interested in training today, and I've got a lot of cable left. Although he is still having a little bit of his allergy issues. They don't seem to be related to my yard, they seem to be more related to his daycare. So, yeah, probably gonna work on that a little bit later with the antihistamine and stuff like that, because I'd rather he be exhausted than having all these allergy issues. See? Yeah, his ears are bothering him a lot. So, I'm gonna clean his ears out later, but for right now, while he's still interested in training, we are gonna do some training. Right, buddy? Oh, hi, Puppy. Hi. I love you too, bud. Hi, so that's probably going to be it from us for today. I don't know if you could tell since I did like a time lapse, but he seemed to kind of be shutting down near the end, and the way that he does